What's up everyone, Lang Whitaker here from Grind City Media, and we're in Memphis of course. There's barbecue everywhere you look, but some nights I come home from work, I want to make some barbecue chicken, just something we can eat quick and easy. Here's an easy way to make barbecue chicken. You don't have to work outside for 8 hours. You can make it at home. I'm gonna make it, you can make it. Let's make it together. This is Cooking with Lang. So when we're gonna make barbecue chicken, we need two things: chicken and barbecue. So that means a grill, that means barbecue sauce, that means barbecue flavors. We wanna build up layers of flavor on this chicken, and we don't wanna spend all day doing it. So this is kind of a weeknight way of doing it. I'm gonna use a rub, a dry rub on the meat to season it. We're gonna use sauce on it, and we're gonna use a chicken. And we're just gonna use a gas grill. It's gonna be fast. You can't cook it all on the fire at the same time because barbecue sauce has sugar in it. It's gonna burn, and we don't want burned chicken, we want barbecue chicken. So we're gonna use the grill, we're gonna offset cook it, and we're gonna use some other little tricks here along the way to make this easy and delicious. We're gonna start with the whole chicken, and why a whole chicken? A, it's cheaper than buying the pieces. B, it's easier than buying the pieces. And C, sometimes people don't like a certain piece. Some people don't like dark meat, some people don't like white meat, whatever. With the whole chicken, you get all the different types of parts and pieces, and you're gonna have leftovers so you can use it to make stock, soup, whatever you wanna do. So we get a whole chicken, and that's where this is gonna start. I'm gonna show you how to break down a chicken. All right, we're gonna break down this chicken. We're gonna start with the legs, and we're gonna use gravity to do a lot of this work for us. So I'm gonna cut this seam right here. You can see it's like ready to fall apart. And then once you kind of get that skin out of the way, I'm gonna take this, bend the leg up, and just break this joint right here where it attaches. There's one leg. Same thing on this side. Bend it up, break it back, use my knife. Tear it off. We have two legs. I'm gonna separate the thigh from the drumstick, and this is actually super easy. You can see there's a little line right there. Right there. We're gonna cut right on that line, right through where the joint is. You can feel around and kind of feel the joint right there. There's one thigh and one drumstick. Do this side too. I'm gonna use my knife, go down there, feel around. This one, skin came off, but whatever, we're gonna use it. Another thigh, another drumstick. Now we got two wings, we're gonna do the same thing basically. I'm holding it up, I'm reaching in here and I'm finding the little joint where it attaches. You can kind of see where it is right there. One wing. Same thing on this side. Two wings. Now we've got two breasts left. On this side we got the backbone. We want to get rid of that. I'm going to use a pair of scissors, but you could use whatever you want. You see this line right here? I'm going to cut, that's basically the ribs. I'm just going to cut right along there, right through those ribs. Up. Do the same on this side. Right through those ribs. Up through the wishbone and all that. So now you get ribs and the backbone, and that's gonna make awesome soup or stock. Set that aside, put it in the freezer till the next time you make soup or stock. Last part is the breast. We're gonna cut it in half right down the middle. There's a little bone in there you're gonna have to cut through. Could use a knife, but Got it. And then, see how the breast is like really big on this side and small on this side? They're gonna cook at different rates. So we're gonna try and even that out by making it uneven. So I'm gonna cut it about right there. And cut through that bone. Same on this side. So now we have 10 pieces of chicken, 4 pieces of breast, white meat, got some wings, we got some drumsticks, we got some thighs, and now we need to get this chicken seasoned for the grill. You could just go simple, use salt, pepper, you could put some garlic powder, some smoked paprika, brown sugar, or if you live in Memphis, you can get spice rub or spice mix pretty easily. This is from Rendezvous, our friends downtown. I love their seasoning mix because it has little pieces of coriander in there, cilantro seeds basically, but it gives it a whole different flavor. So we're gonna season both parts of this pretty liberally, and then we'll flip it. Now you could do this a night ahead of time if you're an industrious person who can get ahead of time. I don't usually have a night ahead of time to do this, but if you do it a night ahead of time and leave it in the fridge and let it sit there, the flavor will get even deeper in there. But you don't have to do that. This is gonna have, I don't know, 20 minutes of time to kind of marinate, and it's gonna be plenty. So as long as you get some sort of seasoning on there, that's your first layer of flavor that we're able to give this chicken. And be liberal with it. It's gonna hit the grill. Some of this is gonna fall off, go into the grill, whatever. So don't be afraid to season this up really good. Okay, we're outside at the grill now, and I've got this grill preheating. According to this, it's almost 500 degrees. All 4 burners are on high. I just want to get really hot before we even go in with the chicken. So first thing we're gonna do is clean off these grates from the last time I used the grill. Once it's nice and hot, the stuff will just scrape off and get nice and clean. I'm gonna turn off these 2 burners. I wanted to get the grates hot so the chicken won't really stick to it, but we're gonna turn off these 2 burners, leave these 2 on high. I'm gonna hit it with a little bit of cooking spray just to make sure our chicken doesn't stick. And then we're gonna go on with the chicken. Closer to the fire, I'm gonna put the bigger pieces. So the breast, I'm gonna put on skin side. Let's go skin side up to start. And the kind of bigger, let's get the bigger parts facing the fire. This chicken had a weird leg, but it doesn't matter, we're still gonna be able to use it. So we get all this chicken on here, some wings, let's make a little room. All right, I'm gonna close this lid, leave it like this. It's basically gonna bake like it's in an oven. So we're gonna leave it for like 15 minutes. I'll come back out. Once we get the temperature, 165 is the done temperature. Once we get it to about 140, 150, the last 5 minutes, we're gonna cook it right on the fire, put the sauce on, get some nice crispy, gnarly bits in there, and it's gonna be delicious. We'll be back in like 15 minutes. The chicken's been on the grill for about 15 minutes now, and in the meantime, it started raining a little bit. Doesn't matter, we can still grill in this weather. So it's about time. I checked the temperature. The chicken's about 140. We want to get it to about 165. We're going to finish cooking on the fire, and now we're going to get some sauce on this chicken. So we're going to take this chicken and go skin side down on this fire. Let's go that way. The skin is already kind of crisping up. You can see the bottom of it has got a little bit of color and started to char a little bit. So we're gonna go skin down. We can't go too long skin side down because the skin will burn really. And the last thing we're gonna do here is start to get the sauce on. This is another layer of flavor. And I'm gonna put a thin little layer of this sauce on here, and then we're gonna close the lid, give it about 3 or 4 minutes, and let the skin cook and let the sauce start to kind of melt into the chicken, and then we'll flip it. See you in a couple minutes. So these guys are looking perfect. They've been skin side down about 3 minutes. We're gonna flip them now, and we're gonna let this sauce get a little blackened and crispy. You can see some of the color we're getting already on top of this. It looks really good. You know, one thing, the more you use your grill at home, the more you kind of learn the hot spots, the cool spots. So I know like up here is usually generally hotter than back here. So I'm gonna try and take advantage of that. We're gonna do another layer of the sauce now on the skin side. Not a thick layer, just a little bit. Just enough to get the flavor on there. This chicken looks so good. You can tell it's juicy, and you can see the dry rub kind of in there. The skin is crispy. I can feel it when I'm putting this on. All right, we're gonna close the lid, go another 3-4 minutes on this side, and then be almost ready to go. Let's check it out. All right, we're gonna do one more cook on the fire, and I'm gonna put this side right on the fire. It's gonna burn the sauce, right, because there's sugar in it, but we want it to be a little bit burned and get a little crusty on there. And it looks awesome. This looks like a professional cooking show. I'm gonna do a little bit more sauce here. And then we can put a little sauce on the top once they're off the fire just to freshen it up. But honestly, I don't know if we're gonna need it. There's enough sauce on this, it's gonna be great. All right, 3 more minutes and we're out of here. I think we are done. Look how good these guys look. So now we're gonna take them inside, plate them up nice and pretty, and have some awesome barbecue chicken. You can see a little crust on the top. They're not burned, they're charred. The color is so good. Okay, we got an awesome tray of barbecue chicken. Last thing before we dig in, I'm just gonna put a little bit more sauce to kind of freshen up that flavor, just a touch. You don't wanna hide all the work we did on the grill. Just to kind of moisten it up. And then, because we eat with our eyes first, before we get to the mouth, I had some basil growing over there. So I'm just gonna put a little green on here to make it look pretty. And I'm not gonna be too careful with it, but basil also tastes great and will be delicious, and it's gonna smell good too. And we just made weeknight barbecue chicken. Now comes the best part of barbecue chicken, eating the barbecue chicken. I'm going for a drumstick straight away. I'm gonna eat that basil. Look at that color. Let's go in. The flavor is awesome. You can taste the rub, the sauce, the chicken. The skin is crispy. It's super tender. And we didn't brine it or anything. We just cooked it the right way. I could eat this every night. I might eat this every night. But this is how you make barbecue chicken quick on a weeknight. I did it. You can do it. This is Cooking with Lang.